File a complaint. Complaints should be first directed to individuals designated within the facility to review the situation. This is spelled out in the facility's complaint procedure. You can oftentimes get this from your supervisor or your human resources area. Most complaints are likely to be resolved in-house by coming to a mutual resolution. If the complaint cannot be resolved at the facility level, a grievance can be filed with the appropriate state agency. Know this. This may be an ombudsman, and contact information is usually posted at entrances to facilities, as well as other places like break rooms or staff lounges. I can't press enough, however, it's to everyone's best interest that if you have concerns, first take it to your supervisor and try to work it out. They, like you, have the bottom line at heart, and that is your patient's care. Patient's care is managed by the state through a survey process. And the survey, if you think about it, is a good thing because it does commit every facility to the following of policies and procedures and to the following of quality standards of care. The survey is a process by which a facility is evaluated, studied, inspected, examined, and reviewed with regard to the care it provides to its residents and patients. Now, who does this? Because I did mention the state. In the case of an on-site survey, members of a state agency like the Department of Health and Human Services will visit your facility, again, like I said, to determine the quality of care given to your patients or your residents. Now, the purpose is not to catch you it's doing something you shouldn't be doing, but it's to verify that the standards of care are being met. It's a means of making sure that there is continuity of care, that what is being done is best for you and your patient. If you've never seen the process, let me just briefly take you through that. It's conducted by surveyors or inspectors, and what their jobs are, first of all, to observe and interview residents and staff. And they'll talk to residents and staff. Secondly, to review paperwork and documentation. Make sure that things are being documented and done, again, to make sure that there's continuity and consistency of care. Also to inspect physical surroundings. And then finally, to observe the interaction of staff and residents. So those four things are key to the survey process. Your role, because it can be stressful when survey time comes around. But you should know, if you're doing it on a daily basis, you're doing it right. And your job is to make sure that on a day-to-day basis, you're following correct patient care procedures. For example, if you protect a resident's privacy, you are doing just what the surveyors are looking for. Reporting concerns or observations about a resident or patient to the charge nurse immediately is exactly what quality care is all about. So again, your role on a day-to-day basis to make sure that you're doing that. Understanding the care plan, which is a plan of care for every resident or patient, is important for you to be able to do your job. So if you're wondering what can you do day to day, also understand and follow your patient's care plans. Know what you are to do and why you are to do it. And if you're not sure why, ask. If there's an exception to care on a given day, be sure to document that information. For example, if a patient refuses a bath, document. That is what is key. Documentation, speaking of, is your day-to-day responsibility. Don't only document care, but things that you see, observations you have. The assumption is, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. And finally, follow the golden rule. Treat patients, residents, clients as you would be like to be treated. Doing that is one of the best ways to preserve resident patients, clients' rights.